And there you see those 6 reds. So, well, it's snooker, Neil, but not quite as we know it.
No. So it is slightly different. You're going to get some very quick frames and some long drawn-out battles on the colours.
Certain players have been seeded through, including, of course, Maguire. He is #1 seed as our last winner pre-pandemic. But I'm sure everyone happy to be back here in Thailand. There was a big day yesterday.
Yeah, I think he might have been better off trying the pot there.
He beat John Higgins 8-6. So it seems to appeal to certain players. Mark Davis has won 3 versions of this world title at 6.
Yeah, the players never seem to hit those when you play it with.
It's not a ball in hand anywhere, for example, after a foul. And he's made the alteration, and look at this for a result. Wow.
Chances though of getting out. But not saying he won't eventually turn to that. Early exchanges here.
8-7 in the final. And indeed was runner-up.
Good chance here then to get this first frame underway.
And he was lucky, let's be honest, to fluke that snooker.
Firing snookers will go to you, and that's what Ding has done. From the Maguire failed escape and the points he gave away, this frame's all impressive here. I think of players who might have had the balls put back if they didn't fancy initial red.
Was runner-up in the UK Championship. That was his big success this season. Anyway, he got a lot of points and money from. So it's a total clearance with Hammer off and running. Frame 2. As I say, the rules are the same as traditional snooker. It's just there's only 6 reds. Now, it's a slightly different break off.
Got into a horrid snooker. Can he get to one? Not quite. Not to pot anything.
As I say, snooker in Thailand's got a rich history of its own. James Watanabe is actually in Ronnie O'Sullivan's group.
Hopefully that'll change soon. But Ding.
So the first miss from Ding. That's some slide, really.
Well, so with any luck, he does, wants to be competing at the highest level. He's sort of taking it as a bit of a wake-up call that he's struggling. Sure.
Very high standard, 7 centuries. Thinnest of contacts there.
He thought he'd missed that, but I think it's a safe situation, and he fluked the red here. They thought the blue wasn't in, and now, in the blink of an eye, it looks like.
Top seeds, we've got Zhang Anda and Mink Nutsheret as well. And
So
yeah, it's a sharp start from.
well, no pot intended there, of course. The snooker is what he played in this frame. Oh, this is a great effort. What a shot. No, he didn't ever look like he. So Maguire with one of the snookers that he needed. Oh, that'll do. That's how.
He's not hit the blue. So the great snooker he laid has been cancelled out. And if Ding can pop this blue, then not to be, though. Just to reiterate, John Higgins is playing Ken Doherty now, Judd Trump. Steve Maguire breaking in frame 3, 2-0 down. And Ding leads 2-0 here in this best of 9.
Well, he thought he hit the reds a little on the thick side there, which might have been the case, but the key was just try to have a little dart at something here. This is a Maguire special. And he's left one on. I think he's...
This third frame. One with the black, so it looks like 3-0, and Maguire really hasn't had to leave someone like Ding a chance. You expect to lose the frame off it.
And he will need the red up the table with the colour. He hasn't taken...
This blue put him 34 in front, so the red we can do, I'm afraid, at the moment, but we've been keeping tabs. So this red is frame ball, and that's why. Well, for both of them, I guess, is the big match in the group. They're the two top seeds. I fancy him to be in the last 16 later in the week. Certainly playing like this. Been pretty ruthless. Every chance he's got, he's punished. So Junhui leads 3-0 in this best of 9 first group match. This is Group A of the Six Reds World Championship. Of course, and there's no... Yeah, there's one more counting event, the new WST Classic that's replaced the Turkish Masters. And that'll be coming up next week in less... season.
To sort of shout about by his high standard in getting there.
It's worth saying as well, isn't it, that you know, he was in China, so who got the call up? Stephen Maguire. And who won the tournament? Stephen Maguire. Well, he's been impressive here, hasn't he? He's looking really sharp. But the sort of maximum, as it were, is 75. We'll see a few of those this week.
And it's completely one-sided, this match, and I think it's got beyond that now. Ding's actually playing really well.
Yeah, Ding can get in the next frame or one of the frames to come, then it's going to be all over, you feel. So a bit of a nightmare start really nicely here. He's missed that, but he's firmly on top. We've only been going about, what, 4... And remember, frames 1 will come into it in terms of the table, so a 5-0 defeat really, you know, is a bad start. You can take literally nothing from it.
Hopefully play it better from his perspective. But the black is always in play. It looks like this time he has hit the red. Miles away from the pot. The only good news is that the cue ball has found a way up the table. It's not a very appealing safety shot that he's faced with, and that's the problem. You catch too much of it and you leave.
He's got to take every chance he gets.
What an incredible miss.
Coming up his day. As I say, it was his best chance, but it didn't come to much.
3 remaining reds. So now 25 in front. Trying to come all around the table. Does not want to hit anything, and that's the problem. So 32 is his lead.
At the red, he would have his chance to win the match.
Well, surely not. No, well, he
Turn around. I think what's interesting about the 6 reds is no rules changes at all. So it's the game they're used to. It's just like kind of starting a frame later than normal. Popular in Thailand and Asia in general, without ever threatening the traditional form of the game for the week, and to play a slightly different version of the game in what is a big money event. 120,000 to the winner. Maguire happy to be on the scoreboard. It's still a long way back from here. He did have a chance there, didn't he, in that last frame to win it, but didn't come to much.
It's an interesting break-off shot that he's got here, which takes the cue ball at an instant glance here, and these are always missable. First time especially. Oh, he hit it well. In fact, he's played it particularly well. Left this one. Well, he thought it was, but clearly it wasn't lined up as he thought it might be.
Just controlling things and trying to make the break.
I wouldn't expect any of them to be a problem from here.
Still trailing, but on the comeback trail.
Chance to make a break of 71 this time.
Not necessarily too late, because as we've seen, sometimes it can just come. And this is more like it from the Scotsman. Stephen Maguire clears up. Yeah, 4-2 to Ding, of course, who looked good in the 4 frames he won. He's had a couple of chances since, but Maguire suddenly...
I think there's a red that he can get to just to play a container. But I think left the red of potable here. Just getting into the match now. He was completely blown away early by a couple of bad kicks.
He's best in a ranking event, a last 16 in Belfast at the...
Managed to avoid it, and he could be away again here, so it's quite an end. Wow. What a miss. Free that pocket up. See which way you're in front, and then just play position on the red, and then if he manages that, then you feel... It's actually more of a run-through shot.
Yeah, just as Maguire seemed to, you know, and get the first point on the board. Remember, 2 qualify from the group, so certainly all. So it's been quite a quick. Sometimes you just need one chance. Maguire had his chance in this frame, didn't take it. Former champions in this 6 reds. That doesn't matter.